Hello, my lovelies, and welcome back to Lilly Loves Tarot. I do appreciate you, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we are going to talk about a gem, one of the gems that I am pulling in the tarot readings. For those of you who have been with me, you know the series of Lilly Daily Love Messages. This is when I discuss a lot of the common themes in the readings that I am pulling. Now, today, this particular theme is basically going to cover you if you've ever been in any kind of relationship, if you've ever been in love with someone, it's going to hit. Okay. So, for the most part, I do feel like a lot of people are going to be able to resonate with this message. It is an issue that shows in relationships. It can also show in family relationships. But for this particular gem, we're going to talk about romance, okay? And it is basically when you have invested into a romantic relationship, okay, with your person of interest, and the energies are not balanced, which means that you're becoming frustrated, you're feeling ignored, you're even feeling betrayed because you feel like you're giving it your all. And no matter what you do, it never seems to be enough. You want to make the relationship work, you're putting in all the effort, and you may feel you're getting nothing in return. You're feeling like there is no reciprocity. And at some point, you're starting to question your value. You're starting wondering, well, what is it about me? Why isn't this person loving me the way that I am loving them? Why are they not respecting me the way that I am respecting them? Why are they not giving to me the way that I am giving to them? Why? Why is this happening? I try so hard. I'm giving you everything that I have, and it never seems to be enough. It happens. Indecision. Sometimes we pair ourselves with people who do not have the capacity to give us on the level that we need. This is just a true statement. It doesn't mean you have to agree with it, but it is a true statement. Sometimes we are asking people to do something that they just can't do. And it could be for many different reasons. So I'm going to speak about some truths here. So if you are not open to this reading, you can click off now, and I totally understand. But I'm going to get to the root of why some people keep begging somebody to stay that doesn't want to stay. You are dealing with two competing energies. It doesn't mean that there is something wrong with you. So stop taking it on the level that you're not doing enough, that you are lacking in an area. Sometimes people are not connecting with you because they can't. I wonder if a lot of people have ever thought about that. Sometimes they can't connect with you because they don't have the emotional maturity to connect with you. Sometimes they can't connect with you on a deeper level because they're still hurting and wounded from a past relationship that they haven't healed from. Now, they're not going to tell you that, but it will show up in the relationship. Matter of fact, it always shows up in relationships. So, for those of you who may be feeling that you fell short, for those of you who may be feeling rejected, sometimes it's not, and it has nothing to do with you. It has to do with the fact that they are still struggling with an issue from their past. There's some people who enter into connections who are still carrying wounds. And these wounds are so great that there's no room for you. For others, it could mean that they really don't want the kind of relationship that you want. And yes, instead of being honest with you and telling you, I really like your company, I'm really attracted to you, but I really want you on my own time. I don't want a full-time relationship. As a matter of fact, I don't want a real relationship at all. I just like having you when I want to have you. And I'm going to speak the truth here. Okay. So there's some instances where you could be looking for marriage. You could be looking to have a family with someone, and that may not be what they want. And they're lying to you, stringing you along to make you believe that that's what they want as well, because they don't want you to leave. They don't want to give you up. They don't want to allow you to move forward to be with someone else. So they will hold you hostage in a relationship, okay, and fake you out into believing that that's what they want. And so the connection gets more strained because the truth will always show its face. That's why they have one foot in and one foot out, because they really don't want the commitment that you want, but they don't want you to leave. They love the benefits that you're giving them, but they don't want the commitment. And in some way, shape, or form, your attention, your love, and your care validates them. And they love that. But what they don't want is they don't want the commitment that you're seeking. So the cracks are going to scream out. And the cracks are the arguments. The cracks are their pettiness. Their cracks are them telling you, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. When in reality, it's not you, it's them. Every crack that's being exposed is revealing what they don't want. So you're saying to yourself, look, I'm loyal, I'm here for you, I'm your soft place to land. What else do you want from me? Why are you so resistant? Why are you fighting me? Why are we even arguing? They're arguing with you because they're in a situation that they don't want to be in. They simply don't want the commitment, but they want you there at their convenience. And so now you are feeling abandoned. For some of you, you could feel like you are trapped in a situation and you don't know how to get out of it because you spent years with this person. You have emotional investment with this person. For some of you, it could be a financial investment into this person. And no matter what you do, it is never enough. There's emotional dishonesty. And for a lot of you, your intuition is ringing. It is screaming at you. And you know that this person cannot give you what you want. And when you keep choosing to ignore the red flags, when you keep choosing to ignore your own heart, when you keep choosing to ignore their bad behavior, their devaluation of you, their dismissal of you, you will suffer. So why are you begging them to stay? Why don't you walk away? Because the reality is, what do you really have? The Two of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, the Two of Swords. It shows up in tarot readers all the time. It's a block. They're blocking any progress. They're blocking any growth because they don't want it. They don't want the accountability. There are some people who will chase you into a relationship, and they will chase you because they're simply attracted to you. But it doesn't mean that they want the full accountability and responsibility of the commitment. A lot of times they still want to keep their options open, but they still want you. And I get this all the time in tarot readings. When I'm doing personal readings, I will have my clients say to me, and I cannot tell you the thousands of times I've had to answer this question, but why don't they just leave? They don't leave because they are feeding off of your attention. You give them self-esteem. Your attention just being there strikes and strokes their ego. And so for them, you are part of a harem. They're not looking at the connection the way that you're looking at it. And I know you may say to yourself, well, how could they spend every day with me? How could they have been with me for all of these years? Because they never had to really invest. They never had to prove themselves to you. So for them, you gave it to them for free. They never had to work for your love. They never had to invest for your love. You gave it freely. So I'm gonna make this into a comparison, okay? Say you need a car. Your car is broken down, you're having all of these mechanical issues, and you really don't want to spend money on purchasing a new car, okay? So someone comes along and they offer you a working car. It may not be the car that you really like, but it's a good working car and it's in good condition. But it's still not your preference. It's not your dream car. But you don't have to put any money into it. Someone comes along and they give it to you for free. You take the car and you drive the car because it gets you from point A to point B. And you'll say to yourself, it's a good deal. I didn't have to put any money into it. I didn't have to sacrifice anything to get the car. So I will drive the car until I get what I really want. Unfortunately, for a lot of people, you are a placeholder. And I know a lot of you don't want to hear this, but it's the truth and it will set you free. There's some people who will get involved with you, not because you're a bad person, because you're a good person. Not because you're not attractive, because you are attractive. But they have a preference. Some of them have a preference, some of them don't. Some of them are just polyamorous and they like having many lovers, but they're not going to tell you that. So they'll string you along until you figure it out. But there are a group who will entertain you, indulge with you, date you, romance you until their preference comes along. And they will do it because they don't have to invest anything. They don't have to work for your attention. They don't have to work for your love. You're just giving it away. And so they will stay there until you realize that you're getting nothing in return. So they will breadcrumb you. They will tell you what you want to hear. They'll date you. They'll take you on some trips. They may even take you on shopping sprees. But the commitment, that building of a foundation, no, they're not going to do that. Why? Because they're still holding out hope for somebody else. So if you're not getting the commitment from them, if you have more questions than answers, if there's never any real in-depth conversation about where the connection is going, you already have your answer. They don't want a commitment with you. But they don't want you to leave. So it is up to you to put the pieces to the puzzle. It is up to you to look deep into your self-esteem and say to yourself, do I want to still keep compromising what I truly want? Am I getting what I truly want from this person? Or am I settling? Why do I have to keep begging this person to give me mutual respect? Why am I not getting the honesty that I deserve? Why do I feel like I'm in rotation with somebody else that I haven't even met? Why do I always feel like I am an option and not a priority? Who are they thinking about? Because I'm feeling like it's not me. If you are sitting there and you don't know where you stand with someone, you don't stand anywhere at all. And that's the facts. So dig deep into your self-esteem. If you're not sleeping good at night, if you don't have any kind of assurance from this person, if this person does not feel like a soft place for you to land, then who are they? And why are they there? And why do you keep investing into someone that is not investing into you? So, At the end of the day, stop begging them. Respect is just the minimum. Because if there is no loyalty, if there's no honesty, if there's no truth, then what do you really have? Nothing. I want to thank everyone for tuning into this reading. I do appreciate you. Continue living and loving and learning, and know that you deserve the best. You deserve to be loved. You deserve to be treasured. You deserve to be valued. You deserve to be a priority. So stop letting somebody play around with your heart. Stop begging them and just walk away.